What's good, guys? Today I will be talking about 10 predators I would like to see or think we need as DLC at some point in Predator hunting grounds. Whether these just be skins like the Jungle 87 Predator in the game already, or an individual character with a unique class or weapon, this list contains what I think would be good additions to the game in some form or another. This list is in no particular order, so here we go. So, at the top of this list for number 1 is gonna be the City Hunter Predator from Predator 2. Not only was he bold and reckless, running through the streets of LA taking out gangs and civilians left and right, but this Predator was more than capable of holding his own against almost anyone and anything, except for a cop with a badge and a shotgun. I guess he just caught him slipping, but the design alone is enough to differentiate from the original Predator, and he looks pretty cool. He has like a rustic look to him, and he warrants a spot on this list, so someone like him is something I would like to see in the game at some point. At number 2, we got Desean, or otherwise known as Broken Tusk. He was a Predator from the Alien vs. Predator comic who was the leader of the Yachtja who worked alongside the next entry I'm going to talk about. He wore a heavy suit of armor which had a severed head of a xenomorph on his chest plate. His weapons consisted of a handheld plasma caster along with what I think would be a unique weapon to have is a combi stick that could be separated into 2 weapons, which would change up the flow of combat outside of your ordinary combi stick, so I think he would be a fun addition to the game. Coming in at number 3, we have Michiko Noguchi. While she isn't a Predator and is a human, she still earns a spot on this list and would be an amazing addition to the game just for her status alone. She was accepted as a member, lived and hunted with her clan for over a year. She was actually blooded by the elder Desean from the last century. Being blooded is to receive a sign from a leader after successfully hunting a xenomorph, just for anybody who doesn't know. Michiko was bad enough to take out an alien queen and typically uses normal Predator gear, but occasionally she also uses a human pistol. That's pretty different. If she's tough enough to hunt with predators and take out aliens, why not give her a shot at human enemies? That would be interesting to be running around the forest getting hunted by a human female with Predator gear. While she might not be able to have like super speed or strength or jump long distances or climb up trees or anything like that, I'm sure she could still get around her own pretty easily, so that would be pretty interesting to face off against, I think. That's why she is number 3. Coming in at number 4 is Ahab. Ahab was a Yachtja elder, which is the highest rank among the species. He was an experienced hunter claiming trophies from many planets, which after one of his hunts he discovered traces and signs of the species known as engineers or space jock, which resulted in the obsession he had with them. He was actually able to successfully hunt one, which is a bigger feat than you would think. Now, for people who don't know what engineers or space jockeys are, they appeared in Aliens and they also appeared in the Alien vs. Predator comics and whatnot. They're a species of an alien race. They're much larger than predators. They're very strong, they're smart, they're capable. So for him to take out one of those is pretty amazing in my opinion. Ahab's design is very distinct. He bears many scars from his hunts. He has an open-mouthed helmet and a different mandible design that features tusks along each mandible. His gear consists of mostly standard stuff, but what he carries that is unique is a glaive, grappling hook, spear gun, and what I think is the coolest thing is gauntlet cuffs. You would throw one of these on another victim and they would bind to the predator's cuff on his gauntlet, not allowing them out of reach or to really do much of anything. So I mean, imagine throwing one of these on a fire team member and just running off. You wouldn't be able to do much of anything, so you'd be kind of helpless. So just for all those things alone is why Ahab would be an amazing character to have in the game, so that's why he is number 4. Now at number 5 is the Bad Blood Predator. Now in the Predator universe, the Bad Blood Predators are known to be fugitives who break the honor code and commit criminal acts. Showing up in the Bad Blood comic line, this Predator was a true savage who broke the code of honor only to escape with a Predator ship to cause a murder spree in New Jersey, killed what was essentially a Predator cop, and kept the heads, not skull and spines, but literal severed heads as trophies. He also kept skulls as his armor, one of them being a Predator head. He bears a unique mark on his forehead in red along with an interesting head design. Running around with this beast of a Predator would surely keep the fire team on his toes as opposed to the stealthy Predator playstyle. Coming in at number 6 is the Falconer. Falconer is one of the Predators from the Predators movie. He is a part of the subspecies of Super Predators. Having a Super Predator character or a class in a game like this may be broken compared to the already existing Berserker class that's OP, but imagine a bigger team game mode that has a group of 8 elite soldiers like the movie who have to face off against 1 or even 3 of these Super Predators. The reason why I picked Falconer over the other 2 Super Predators is because he uses a falcon-like tracking device that is basically a drone that can locate prey from long distances, so it would be super helpful. You can just like throw it out and kind of just like let it catch prey on its own and spot out any enemies in the area. He also has a unique design to his mask that is a lot more angled than most Predator masks that I've seen. He also comes with his signature arm blade that all of the Super Predators are seen to have in the movie. So playing as just one of these Super Predators would be a good time, especially for this game, and that is why he is number 6. For number 7, I chose the Fugitive Predator from the Predator movie. While the movie may not have been the best, but this is one out of 2 good things to come from the film. The Fugitive Predator, or also known as the Rogue Predator, fled to the Earth to give humanity a gift to help from whatever group of predators were chasing down the fugitive to begin with. Now, this Predator's armor is probably one of the sleekest and coolest armors I've seen on a Predator ever, but his gear set is pretty basic for the most part, along with the addition of shurikens and the ability to use firearms, which is kinda silly, but it was still awesome to see for the first time ever. Imagine a game mode playing as this guy having to escape like a facility with like a limited loadout and having to use human weaponry. I know it sounds dumb, but hear me out. I think it would be pretty cool. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I think how much fun it would be. So I don't know. Feel fun. Like maybe give that a thought or two. But yeah, his overall design and unique mask is what won him a spot on this list as number 7. All right, number 8. You guys had to know this one was coming. The Assassin Predator. So for those of you who don't know, the Assassin Predator is from the same movie as the Fugitive Predator. I mean, he's also known as the Upgrade Predator, but this Predator is a genetically modified hybrid predator built for the sole purpose of hunting down the Fugitive Predator. He also had the rank of Bad Blood as well for his dishonorable methods. Being that he is a hybrid, he was larger and massively stronger than the ordinary Predator, and also had no need for body armor due to having the ability to change his skin structure to form armor. He also had no need for a helmet as he can see in thermal vision without one, so I mean, he was basically an all-in-one Predator that literally needed no gear or not much of anything. So this Predator would have to be some kind of special event or mode for how ridiculously powerful and different he is from the rest of the Predators. He also has hunting dogs that would change up the way the game is played completely. However, if there were ways to fight against it, I think it would be pretty fun. Coming in at number 9, we have Scarface, known to the Predator game Concrete Jungle. So this Predator had to reclimb the ranks and regain his honor after a failed hunt, and spoiler alert, by the end of the game, he definitely does. But this Predator wore a mask similar to that of the Celtic Predator from the AVP movie, which had a unique design on the front portion of it with a red mark on one side. His gear set contained most of the Predator's known weaponry, including throwing mines and a maul. His savagery and veteran status is why I'd like to see him in this game. Coming in at number 10, and is my personal favorite, is Wolf. Appearing in the movie AVPR, this was the best thing to come from it, and otherwise a pretty bad movie. Wolf was an elite predator who was called to Earth through a distress beacon after a ship had crashed back on the planet containing an alien infestation along with a predalien. He wiped out most of the infestation with relative ease, but was faced with a draw against the predalien himself. Wolf, in my opinion, has one of the coolest designs, mass designs, and overall just a hardcore look to him. Supposedly, this predator was inspired by a few others, and that's why he got the design he got, but you can tell he's been through some stuff with a missing tusk along with a burned face, so he's not without being war-torn from his previous encounters. His gear set would be the most fun to play with because not only does he have 2 plasma casters, which might be overkill, but he can configure them into handheld blasters with a charged shot. He also has some other typical weapons like wrist blades, combi sticks, shuriken, mines, and the ability to use his gauntlet to punch through materials. He also has a razor whip, which is something I've never seen before, but it can cut any creature in half with relative ease. So imagine sitting in a tree, grabbing somebody up with this thing and just tearing them in half. The fire team most likely wouldn't be able to revive them from it. His diverse equipment would give you more than enough to play around with and literally clean up an entire fire team, and that is why he is number 10 on my list. The movie may not have been great, but you have to admit that this guy definitely makes up for it. That about wraps up my list, guys. These were 10 predators that I would like to see in the game at some point. I know a lot of these were a part of like AVP, which is not exactly canon to Predator, but regardless, some of them are still really cool, and I think they'd be amazing for this kind of game if they're balanced. I mean, we're already getting Arnold back, so why not throw in something that's different for the Predators? I mean, if we're not going to get new weapons, which would be definitely cool, definitely give us some new skins, Ophonic. Don't leave us hanging on the Predator content. I mean, who knows? Maybe they're already working on stuff and I'm just throwing out speculation here, but we definitely need to increase the Predator arsenal and skins. So let's hope there's something in the works. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe we'll take a look at this list and be like, oh, there's some good ideas here. But maybe not. But let me know what you guys think, and if you have any others you'd like to see in a game, just drop a comment and let me know what you want to see. And thanks for watching, and peace for now.